whip the toe past the heel. And there's another, that's a nice little draw right there. And that one's running a mile. And I'm telling you, it just does not feel like I'm even swinging at the ball with that little move. All of that pop and all of that power, it's not coming from what the young guys do. I see so many players who feel like they have to accept hitting it shorter as they get older. And there is some truth that you may lose some speed and you're not going to move as well as you get older, but there's also another truth that is huge, and that is that you have probably been swinging inefficiently. I got a tool here that we're going to get to here in a minute. I'm going to give you a little different way of thinking about this, but your whole life, you've probably been swinging inefficiently, not delivering all of the energy of the club to the golf ball, right? What does that look like for most players? It looks like that little bit steep over the top move in the downswing here. Then it looks like that chicken wing move over here. It slows the club down and it doesn't give you that whip of the toe past the heel of the club. That's where that effortless power really comes from. So, and then what I see so often is as you get older and start hitting it shorter, you start trying to swing harder. And when you start trying to swing harder, it just exacerbates those problems and it makes you swing even more over the top. So if before you were swinging with 60, 70% efficiency, delivering 60, 70% of the energy of the golf club to the golf ball, now when you try to step on it, that over the top move gets worse and you end up delivering maybe 40, 50%. So that's where those huge steep drops in distance come from. And I'm going to give you a completely different way, some new stuff here that I hope is going to help you think about this completely differently and help you build some of that effortless power and efficiency of the strike, delivering a lot more of the energy of the club to the golf ball. So what are the two feels that you really need to start getting some of this distance back? And what they are is fast hands and constant body rotation, okay? Not fast body rotation, because we don't want the hips to outrace the hands. That's one of the problems. When people try to step on it and they actually lose distance, the hips start to go too fast and the club lags behind, stays open, right? We need to get the fast hands, so we need to get the hands moving and turning over pretty quickly here, but with constant body rotation through impact, not fast body rotation, because we want the club to really stay right in front of the body. And so one thought or feeling that I've been teaching for years with this is if the ball was attached to your club face with Velcro, okay, picture that, ball attached to the club face with Velcro, how would you throw or fling it down the fairway? You would make this move and you would drop this elbow into your trail side right here and whip that toe of the club past the heel of the club. When you whip that toe past the heel, you can see the hips turn, but they don't outrace. If I was going to try to whip the toe past the heel and I went like this, that's not whipping the toe past the heel. Whipping the toe past the heel is this, right? The hip rotation is constant, but the club's staying right in front of the body here. And the other day, somebody in my member site made a comment on one of my lessons and said, when I was teaching this whip move, that the chuck it tool for dogs, which I thought was really great. And I happen to have dogs and I grabbed this thing and it really does give you the feel. So if you were going to chuck this, I took the ball off because it'll fly off when I do this, of course. So if you were to chuck this ball, you would make this move right here, right? You would probably actually go, and you would kind of stop it. That's kind of a good feel to start with. But then when you start to really release it, you want this to kind of go over this way, right? So it's a little bit of a exit this way. And if you start thinking of this as an exit this way, what starts to happen? Well, you can hear the whip and you can hear the speed. That starts to give you the feeling of the hand speed